called I Know You Didn't Mean to Kill Him. God works very interesting in my life. The way God works is very interesting. I wrote this for my friend Kendall, who went to my high school, who was murdered. I got some of my high school friends, make some noise, Arts High. Some of my friends from high school moved to Atlanta, and it's so dope that like we can meet in a different city where we were raised and like fellowship. So that's so neat, like that. But I wrote this for my friend Kendall, who was murdered, and I saw him hours before he got killed, and like we were not close, we were not best friends or anything, but like I was walking down the street, Bergen Street, and I bumped into him and we said what's up and we exchanged numbers. And you know how that you're like, oh yeah, give me your number, text me, and I'm gonna text you back. And he texted me his number, like, this is Kendall, lock me in, and I never texted him back. And when I got ready to text him back, I found out that he got killed. But I got his number the day before he got murdered. And I was trying to find a story to tell. And when he got murdered, my cousin went to prison for attempted murder. And this is my cousin Rashid, and he's not a murderer. Like, he doesn't look like a murderer. And so those two instances inspired this piece. That wasn't a gun, it was a wallet, my nigga. The cops done played target practice with a lot of my niggas. Poured out liquor for a lot of my niggas. So much they bottled it. Built a liquor store and put a fucking lottery in it. We in a lottery, nigga, for the lives of a lot of these niggas. They picking sevens and they scratching off a lot of these niggas. I done sent birthday cards to parents with nothing but apologies in them. Like, I am sorry, Mr. Rainey, Sean Bell was going to marry your daughter. And you know we want to thank you for the way that she was brought up. And you know that he was smiling when you seen that car you bought, and you sent tears from heaven when you seen that boy get slaughtered. But how could Kanye ever complain about what the accident did to his left eye? Because they shot that boy in his left eye. Left him cockeyed because they let the Glock slide right towards his right eye. He's only fly in terms that he just died because the nurse, she cut right through his polo shirt like, motherfuck your fly. I'm trying to keep you alive. I'm going to be the one who has to tell your mother that you just died. Went to school, became a nurse, only clean out niggas like you. Scared to have a son because he going to look like a nigga like you. And you want to know why educated motherfuckers don't come back to the hood? Because they are so sick and tired of explaining niggas like you. Killed your ass but didn't even leave your temples. You ain't died like a genie, you tremble. But I'm the only one who saw that shit. Is this the price you gonna pay for no snitching? Because it ain't worth it. Monkeys are only servants and the servants. And I know you did not mean to kill him. I know you did not mean to kill him. But sometimes, when you mix Hennessy, empty brown boys, and Wheezy, somebody will be made fresh to death. And that ain't freestyle. Murder ain't always a decision. It's fear's lust for temptation. It's being too scared and dangerous for your own damn good or for your own fucking hood. I know that black mothers don't raise their sons to be murderers just as much as I know they don't raise them to be murdered. I know that black mothers don't raise their sons to be murderers just as much as I know they don't raise them to be murdered. I know that black mothers don't raise their sons to be murderers just as much as I know they don't raise them to be murdered. They would never set them up that way. This world has given them nothing at all to lose and everything to prove, so they stand on the front lines naked, ready to make a man out of themselves with the only tools this world has ever given a nigga to use. But I I know that black mothers don't breed hate and sin until their firstborn men, just as much as I know she did not choose for him to be a martyr for them. Could never tell the difference between the mother of the murdered and the mother of the murderer. Both shook and solemn, both eyes in memory blue intent, both lost their grips when they lost their sons, developed a stutter in their palms. One became scared of her shadow while the other just became one. Someone's baby became a murderer last night, and none of us remembered to cry for him, to pray for him, to ask God to take the hate and malice out of his heart, to ask him, boy, where'd you get that hate from? That culture from? All them damn guns from? Glock snapped back like an old starter cap. Bullets hit him a minute ago and they watched as his body kept bouncing. Take that boy to the hospital. Way too much blood to take him home. Yes, Sonny, it really does damn near sound like a hip-hop song. And all we gave him was his Miranda rights and a couple of seconds left to plead for his life in front of a God and a world that he never thought loved him in the first place. A nigger has to ask us to have mercy on his soul. We've never even taught him how to pray before. He'll have to remember all by himself that he has his daddy's eyes, his nana's smile, and that his grandfather wanted him to have a Muslim name, one that meant brown soldier boy. A mother will have to find the audacity to not take down her son's picture when company comes over on the eves of Christmas nights, but even behind Christ. On two crosses, one both on his left and his right, were thieves and murderers of men. One of which leaned over and asked him, will you remember me when you reach your kingdom? So to the boys who made chalk outlines of way too many of my childhood friends, I know in my heart, I know you did not mean to kill him. And I love you, and I forgive you. Because I know a God whose mercy that has already made room in his kingdom for even sinners like you.